Greetings. It is Wednesday, June the 10th, in the soon-to-be infamous year of 2026. I'm Thomas Caldwell of the Aurelian Column, and this is a special report on the goings-on in the Middle East and Europe, especially the United Kingdom. There are many things that are hitting the headlines this morning. I do plan on a much more complete and in-depth report tomorrow, Thursday. I just wanted to chime in to let you know that because certain equipment needs have now been met, I do plan on, shall we say, contributing more to the body politic and media. The United States is now going full bore against Iran. That's coming from several reliable sources. An American helicopter was shot down earlier than week, and, you would expect the Americans to get a little bit retaliatory, but they seem to be really going to town on that country. Much of this is being credited to Donald Trump and his mind games, and he's very good at that, and even people that don't like him will agree to that one. Israel, of course, is doing their part, and rumor has it, let's put that in perspective, that many countries in the Middle East have also just about had it with the Islamic Republic. In fact, they have had it. They're long past that, and they're hitting it here and there. Now, one thing that is coming out about that is that there are several different voices coming from within Iran. There is no central authority. There is no single government. There's no one to make a peace treaty with. There's really no one to surrender effectively. So all this talk about ceasefire, which, as you've heard me say, has been nonsense. There is no ceasefire because that requires somebody else firing back, and the Iranians are doing very little of that. No, they're being pulverized, and they're being obliterated, and that is not in any way a fair fight. Not that I'm rooting for them, far from it, but let's just look at this the way it is, realistically. There is a real mind game going on here. Psychological warfare is a part of warfare, and the Americans have been good at it for a long, long time. Something to watch. Oil prices may go up and down with speculation, but hopefully this will be over soon. The Iranians are rebelling, and this is coming also from the diaspora. Whether or not they're getting weapons, they want weapons. Again, as I said, don't ever give up your weapons, people, and those here in Virginia realize that as well. The other thing that's very relevant and is breaking quickly is the attempted murder, which could be murder by the time you heard this, of a white Irish man by a black man from Africa, Sudanese, I believe his nationality was, who came as a quote-unquote refugee. Yeah, right. And proceeded to really go to town on this guy with a knife. Nasty video. If you want to look for it, it's out there. And of course, the British government don't want to talk about this. This is going to be the subject of an upcoming written piece I'm working on. The Irish, not being really English, have gone to town and are setting fire to all of these refugee housing complexes and beating people up, and the police, well, they're, of course, on the side of Mr. Starmer, who is a complete traitor to his people. I don't care if the British government doesn't like me at this point, really. Mr. Starmer, man, your name is going to go down in infamy with all the stuff you've done. This is just another example of why multiculturalism and multiracialism do not work. The open gates of the invaders into the United Kingdom, well, the British people seem to be tired of it. They don't have the weapons to fight back yet, at least the physical ones, but I don't know, British wit. If Monty Python was unleashed on the British government, if it was still around, they would not survive. But Northern Ireland is no stranger to serious, bloodthirsty conflict, and that could be what sets things off there. If they've started throwing Molotov cocktails at police or at buildings that contain invaders, and that's what they are, well, it's not going to go very well. The Irish imported many weapons back in the days of the Irish Republican Army, who were not necessarily the nicest people in the world, to be fair. They did have a lot of connections with the United States, and they were able to import massive amounts of weapons illegally from their cousins in North America. I don't know if that's going to be going on now, but they have it in them to really fight. Irish are born fighters. It's something their race is known for, and a line's been crossed, so expect this to continue. The other things that you need to look out for right now are food prices. They are going through the ceiling. They're much more concerning than fuel prices. Food is what we need. We can survive without gasoline, technically. Food? That's going to be a hard thing. So that's just a brief report on the three things going on right now. Look for a more in-depth report tomorrow. But do stay tuned to the news, because this is stuff going on that is going to spread to our neck of the woods for those of you who reside in North America. Look for more special reports. Look for me to get back to the book report, meditations, and a few other things that I hope to be more involved with in the near future. Anyways, thanks very much, folks, for listening. You are appreciated. That's it for today. If you appreciate my work, please like, subscribe, and share. Share with your friends, share with your enemies, and remember, enemies must be destroyed as well. I can be reached at feedback@aureliancolumn.com. That's feedback@aureliancolumn.com. I'm up on X. My handle there is MICCAMPEN. That's MICCAMPEN. I am up on other social media outlets, but not Facebook. This podcast originates at Substack. My handle there is aureliancolumn.substack.com, and please consider a paid subscription. It will help me produce more material and cover more topics. Until we meet again, be good, be safe, be vigilant, and remember, Clown World, the deep state, and all the filthy, uncivilized barbarians out there at the gates of our civilization must be destroyed. Good day.